Everyone, welcome to Sports Voice. After a long time, I'm back again. Happy to see you all. Today, I'm having a special guest with us. He's none other than Mr. Seshadri Srinivasan. We all call him as Srini, a renowned multi-sports commentator. Srini is very well experienced in providing the expert commentary on tennis and cricket on both television and radio. With his vast experience in the field, we are extremely delighted to have him join us on Sports Voice. Without further delay, let's get started. Hi Srini, could you please give your insights on the transformations we are witnessing in the world of cricket?
Yeah, the original format of Test cricket has always been a 5-day fixture. But just to recollect 1971, when they had the Ashes series in progress, in the match at Melbourne, the Melbourne Cricket Ground, first 4 days were just washed away because of the rain. And on the fifth day, the spectators were very anxious to watch some exciting cricket. So the management decided to have a one-day match of 48 ball overs. Mind you, those days the Australian over used to be for 8 balls, not 6. In fact, in our, the younger days when you have the cricket and the gully cricket, so when you have a stand-in or a makeshift umpire, when he is just losing count and then making a mistake and makes it as 7 or 8, then you say, "Hey, come on, yeah, you are having an Australian over here." So that was the case, and then somewhere there, the ODI format might have started. But when it started, in fact, you had it on a 60 overs basis, and that is how it worked. And you recollect in the World Cup as well, in the 1975, 1979, 1983, we had a 60 overs match. See, one thing was that the matches were played in England, where the daytime is pretty long during summer. So it gets bright at around 4:30 in the morning, and then up to 8:30 comfortably you can play cricket. So that is how it started there, 60 overs. And then they are playing with the red balls, mind you. And then later on, in the 1987, the World Cup moved into India. The 50 over ODI started. And then thereafter it's going on. And then from 50 overs, see now it has become also there are certain 40 overs games as well in local areas. And then you have this, T20 format. So where you have the 20 days, 20 overs basis matches, which gets pretty fast, gets over very fast. And then you have the T10, that is 10 over basis, and then you're looking at 100 balls cricket now. So there's a tremendous transformation from the traditional, the 5-day test matches onto even the 100 balls cricket.
At a glance, we got to know how the transformation in cricket took place and many more interesting things. Srini, why these cricket formats are undergoing changes?
Looking at the transformation in the format of the cricket match, let us be very realistic. The life is getting very challenging and a dynamic world, and it's pretty demanding for people. So the sports lovers, when they watch football, say it's a 90 minutes match, of course you have the extra hours and the extra time and the stoppage time, etc. And people would like to have some good entertainment of a game that gets pretty fast over. So that is one of the reasons the slight transformation started. And then, as I was telling, that 60 over, it was possible when you're playing in England during summer, and then became 50 overs. And then sometimes as the format is reduced, people tend to know that why can't we shrink it further. So that is where the T20 started. And again, within this ODI or T20, people look at how the initial power play, how it goes, how the death overs goes, because that is where the real entertainment happens, which would mean that the spectators and the viewers are really looking at some entertaining cricket, which will get over with a result as early as possible. So in Test cricket, there is always a uncertainty, question of rain interruptions, and one team playing a long innings, and then the two innings may not get over at all. For a team to win a match, they have to capture 20 wickets. So, and again, number of overs, there is no restriction. If the team keeps on playing, and then if the wicket is placid, very difficult for the bowlers to do anything about it. So that is also a limitation. So people precisely need an entertainment in the form of cricket, and that is why sometimes we can call it as a cricketainment. And once the T20 format started clicking with the Premier Leagues all over the world, they have taken forefront, and everybody is looking forward to it because you see that you have a power play in that, the death overs, and then even in the middle overs it is exciting, and then the result is going to be there, not with much delay. And also you have the DLS system and all that will make sure that unnecessarily the match is not prolonged and you have the result. So it is you have to go with the times. You can't be sticking on to the traditional format, but still we need an excitement. And naturally, when you have in the traditional format, you talk of classical play in terms of coming in line with the delivery, playing with the bat and pad close together, and also not so-called cross bat. The ball going just outside the off stump, you cannot pull it to the square leg and mid wicket. That is how the traditional form of cricket was. But then now, as I said, there is a lot of entertainment required, and the entertainment is always more when the bat is dominating over the ball. That is why a lot of things maybe are in favor of the batsman, also the rules. But in any case, that is how the transformation has taken place. And as we see that, it is there to stay. But nevertheless, the traditional test cricket also is a thing to watch, because that is where there is a test of skills in test cricket.
Absolutely. I agree with you. Okay, let's go in detail. Like, what's the current trend in the cricket? Like, for example, what's the trend going on in the test series? Can you please share your insights?
Interesting buzzword, I can call it, is buzzball. That came out because Brendan McCullum, who is the head coach for the England team, he came in and transformed the nature of playing cricket completely. And the new captain, a new co-selectors, so many things have happened there. And they wanted to transform the nature of the game. So he is, by nature, he himself was a very attacking player. So aggression is the game. That is where we call it as a buzzball. And you go on a go from the start. That is how they play. And the question here is that how good is it going to be? How long they can sustain? Or is there something change is required? We will have to wait and see. But main thing I would like to say is that this buzzball, yes, it is a welcome thing, because you are able to get some end to the end or the result for a particular test match, and then you find a quick flow of runs. There were days when you have 220 runs, 230 runs at the end of the day's play. But now 4 runs and over, 90 means it can go 360 or something lesser or even more. That is how it is. So there is an attacking form of cricket. All that it means by buzzball is attacking form of cricket. And this innovation is actually framed by the Brendan McCullum, and that is why it has taken the name buzzball. But it is pretty exciting as well. Even I am one of the fans for that, provided there are some technical changes we make on that. I will talk about it a little later. But all that we can say is that this buzzball approach or the attacking game definitely has created a lot of interest in the people. And with that, test cricket is come to staying alive despite the limited overs that is being happening all over the world. So the main thing is that, in my personal opinion, what I have is buzzball is good. I also like it. But then you should be able to sort of, make on ground or on course corrections in your buzzball approach. See, for instance, you must have seen that in the overcast conditions in the Lords, the England opted to bowl, and then the speed stars, yes, they were delivering well. But what we have seen is that there are 5 slips. Good, you are going to pitch it slightly outside the off stump, move the ball away, invite the batsman to go for a drive, look for an edge, and 5 slips are just waiting to latch the catch. That's good. But what happens when you have such a tight field? You don't have anybody in the deep. If there is going to be a miss hit, or the batter is taking extra interest, extra risk, and is going to hit hard in the gaps, he's got plenty. The whole field is wide open for him. So how do you stop the boundaries? So if you find that there is not much edges coming up in the first few overs, in spite of the overcast conditions there, or the pitch is also fresh, if they are not able to move the ball and create those edges, the batsman very happily, the batters tend to leave the ball outside the off stump and be very choosy on that. By the time even the ball loses its the shine because of the bounce, and also because of the freshness in the wicket, also the track also goes off. So in that case, normally as a correction, I would love to have seen that one of the slips is taken away and kept it in the sweeper position or a deeper position to make sure that the boundaries are cut down. So that change, if it is not made, I feel baseball, I will not be one of the fans for that. Similarly, when you're batting, fine, it's a good approach. In fact, I'm always, when I took off the baseball, I am reminded of our own Krishnamachari Srikanth, chairman of selection committee, captain, fine opening batter. He used to go on the attack from the word go. From the first delivery, he'll go for it. That is how he'll try to demoralize the bowler and try to take the shine of the ball. Virender Sehwag. These are all the people, really, they made that impact in terms of going for quick runs, taking some chances and going for it. There's always what we call it as a risk and a reward. A reward comes only when you take some risk. How much risk you will take, how much reward you want. That's a big question mark. That's the call you have to take. If the risk is not working, try to change a bit. That is my view in the baseball approach as it is. Now we are seeing the test match cricket really come alive after the current Ashes series. 2-1 is the lead Australia has taken now. The fourth match is in progress now at Old Trafford. So let us see how it progresses. But you see again on the first day, the wickets were falling, but yes, scores have gone up to 290 odd, which means that good rate of scoring also is happening. And this makes it pretty interesting. So we'll have to see that how much it is going to work. In my opinion, it will work provided you make on-course corrections where it is required. But one thing is certain, this has made this cricket pretty exciting. It is not only the limited overs, even test cricket you tend to watch. That again becomes very interesting when the contest is very close. When the two teams are very, very, very competent, same levels they have. See, unfortunately, right now, West Indies, which is one of my favorite teams in the world in the past, and even now, somehow you see that in the test match level, they're not able to hang on for 5 days and make an impact and have a green track and then try to have those fast bowlers have a go at the batters. That much is not happening of late, which is a serious concern for their own cricket board and a great cricket admirer and fan of the West Indies.
How do you compare the current Ashes Test series between Australia and England?
But in this current Ashes series, England against Australia, definitely Test cricket has been very, very exciting. That is what everyone is looking for. The person who wants a traditional game and also wants some results. Here also we are seeing that when they come down the track, very beautifully they are picking the ball, and the half volley and playing or converting an Yorker to full toss and hitting. Yes, they are all pretty good. That came in mainly because of the limited overs approach. And again, the fielding quality has definitely improved a lot, which now you are seeing in the test match. That improvement was mainly because of the limited overs, but very well implemented in the test matches as well. So overall, in my opinion, it is pretty interesting. This is how it has to be. And then let us see how far this can progress. And I'm definitely looking forward to it as much as all of you are in this. But we'll have to wait and see as this matches progress. But definitely, this Ashes series has made sure that Test cricket is staying alive.
Thank you, Srini, for joining us. We have got to know a lot of technical aspects regarding the transformation of cricket, keeping the Test cricket alive. So, we'll be back with much more sports updates again. Till then, signing off, your Swarna.